An American Werewolf in London has just gotten a special edition release from Arrow Video. I already checked out the packaging and extra goodies in my first look video, which I'll link below. And now, on to the full review. An American Werewolf in London is my favorite werewolf movie of all time. The story is about two American friends on a backpacking trip through the English countryside. They are attacked by a mysterious beast, and David, the lead, must now deal with the fact that he turns into a bloodthirsty werewolf when the moon is full. I'm not going to go into too much detail on the plot. I filmed a panel discussion a few years ago, and although it has some technical difficulties, I plan on uploading it soon. But as I said, this is my favorite werewolf movie of all time. It's pretty much flawless, from the characters to the humor and suspense. And then there's the werewolf effects by Rick Baker. 38 years later, they are still flawless. This film is a masterpiece, and if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it, now. The new 4K restoration, supervised by director John Landis, is flawless, and the film looks and sounds brand new. As I said in my first look video, this thing is loaded with special features, and I went through all of them. Mark of the Beast is a feature-length documentary on the history of werewolf films from Universal Pictures. It's got information on werewolf lore and early literature, and then delves into the classic Universal monsters all the way to the 2010 Wolfman remake. It's a fascinating and fun documentary. American Filmmaker in London is a brand new interview with director John Landis where he talks about his love of British cinema and working with British crews and actors. A second in-depth interview from a previous release is also included with the director. Wares of the Wolf is an excellent little feature on the surviving props from the film. We get detailed looks at one of the Nazi werewolf masks, David's jacket, and one of the werewolf transformation prop heads. I Think He's a Jew is a brief explanation of Jewish identity in the film and Jewish parallels in werewolf lore. It's a fascinating little feature and points out things I had never noticed before. Beware the Moon is a feature-length documentary which clocks in at 1 hour and 37 minutes. It's got interviews with most of the cast and crew and has the host revisiting shooting locations. It's jam-packed with behind-the-scenes information on the film and was originally released in 2006. There are two different interview segments with effects creator Rick Baker where he talks about his career and the making of this classic film. We also get some peeks at some unused werewolf footage, which is just awesome. There's a 5-minute vintage making-of documentary that includes lots of behind-the-scenes footage and interviews from when the film was first made. Casting the Hand is archival footage filmed in 1980 of Rick Baker creating a mold for actor David Naughton's hand. John Landis is also there, and it's fascinating seeing this footage from just before the classic movie began filming. Werewolf's Call talks to filmmaker Corin Hardy, where he shares a fun story of watching the film as a little kid and the inspiration the movie had on his first film, The Hollows. Also included are a series of outtakes that show some amazing behind-the-scenes footage. The footage doesn't include sound, but it's still great to see. There's a nice little storyboards feature which compares original storyboards to the final product. We've got multiple trailers and an extensive still gallery which covers everything from production to promotional material. 2 audio commentaries round out the extras, one with Paul Davis, who created the feature-length documentary, and the other with actors David Naughton and Griffin Dunne. Everything you ever wanted to know about this classic film can be found in these special features. In a time when physical media seems to be dying, companies like Arrow Video continue to give us definitive releases of these older films. I am so thankful for these companies, and I absolutely recommend picking up this release. Simply put, it's flawless.